Hello, my lovelies. This is Dr. V. Welcome to a new reading. Today, we are going to do something different and exciting because I feel called to add charms to your reading today. I know it's been a long time for those of you who've been in the Live Tarot family for a very long time. You know that I used to do more of the charms, and I don't know, I wasn't feeling it for a while, but now it's starting to come back again. So I'm very excited that we're going to be doing this today. Let's see what the charms have to say. And if you are new to this channel, I want to give you a big virtual hug and a big welcome to an incredibly supportive, dynamic, and amazing global community of gorgeous souls who are on a journey to love. Now, if you're here for these love readings, most likely you would like to unite or reunite with someone that you truly love. I know some of you are also struggling with being in some form of separation with, maybe little or no contact with your person. And so that's why we do these readings, to give you some clarity, some confidence, and a lot of good vibration, a lot of expansion and good energy as you move forward so that you can take the best and most empowered decisions for yourself and for your life, because you deserve real love. You deserve to be in the most fabulous, nurturing, fantastic relationship there is, right? Know that. And yes, we do use terms like divine masculine and divine feminine, as well as twin flame, soulmate, immortal beloved. Just use everything as it works for you. These are all just energies. There's no right or wrong answer here. So what we're going to do is utilize a bunch of decks, as well as our charms, as well as the 3 decks that I've created specifically for all of you who are on this journey to love. So let's get started. So we're going to get started today by asking Spirit for some overall energies of what is going on in the collective right now. So Spirit, can you please tell us what is the overall energy right now of the divine masculine? Where is the divine masculine in his overall energy? Okay. And tell us, please, what is the overall energy of the divine feminine collective at this time? Where is the divine feminine in her overall energy? Interesting. So now, can you please tell us, Spirit, from the divine masculine's perspective, if he could say something to his feminine, what would that be? What would be a message from the divine masculine's deepest heart? You know, that spiritually deep energy. That is his message. So now, can you please tell us if the divine feminine could give a message from her deepest energy, from her deepest heart towards her masculine, what would that be? And now I'm going to ask one more question, and then we're going to put this all together. And that question is, Spirit, can you please tell us who are the guides? So for the divine masculine, who is the divine masculine's current guide, and what is their message for the divine masculine? Wow. And please tell us who is currently the spiritual or divine guide of the feminine, and what does their guide have to say to them? What is their message? So this is really interesting. See, I thought I'd do things differently, right? Wanted to approach this connection in a very unique and special way today. And so I hope you like it, because I think it's really interesting. So what it does for us is that it gives us both of the masculine and feminine's energies. It gives us a heartfelt message from them, as well as it gives us what they need to be kind of thinking about as they move forward in terms of divine guidance. So this is incredible. Let's start with the feminine here. Let's take a look at this feminine. So what you got is the Page of Cups, the Denial card, and then Charity, Prayer, and Contemplation as your divine guide. Isn't she beautiful? Ooh, just beautiful. And a shadow message, which doesn't surprise me at all, considering, you know, this combination here. So for the feminine collective, your overall energy is definitely one of growth. I feel that you have really become, at least in I'm feeling these last few months, feminine, you've really become kind of a student of love. As in, you really know that you are gaining a lot of clarity about where your emotions are going at this time, right? There has been a time where you weren't ready for that. Like you had been in some sort of a denial, right? You had been repressing some of those emotions. And it's interesting how that denial came up with this cup's energy. So this tells us that there was a time where I think you'd been going through a lot of emotional baggage, emotional pain. I'm feeling that you felt very let down by a lot of situations in your life. And I'm feeling that it's not just being let down by your masculine and that connection, but I do feel also that you were let down by other people as well. It could be friends, it could be family, it could be, you know, people that you felt that you trusted didn't have your back. And so I think that brought you a lot of emotional pain. It kind of really split you apart in many ways emotionally. And because it was very painful, you did go into some sort of a denial or repressive state because you just couldn't handle it. But I feel like what you've done is that you have come out of this. You've decided that you don't want to repress these emotions anymore, because you know that the more you repress them, often the worse that they get, right? So this is good. So it's kind of like, that's why you've become a student of the heart. You've decided that you are willing to open yourself up to a new way of understanding your own feelings. You know, like you may be, you know, reading a lot of really good spiritual books right now. You may be reading about, you know, books about relationships, divine connections. I feel like you've really opened up your mind and heart to learning more. You feel like there are things that you may not yet understand about yourself and about your connection to the masculine, and you've been taking a lot of comfort in gaining that knowledge. You feel like it's empowering you. You feel like that knowledge is power. And so you are really enjoying this process. And it's been a wonderful process for you to replace this denial, right? It's like the opposite. It's like you've stopped the denial, you've stopped the repression, and you've embraced that, okay, you know, I may be feeling, you know, I may have been feeling very crappy, right? I may have been feeling very emotionally down, but you know, I'm not going to just let myself stay in that position. I am going to open myself up to learning. And the more that I learn, the more that I'm open and honest with myself, the better I feel. And so you are feeling a lot better. And you do realize, see, this is your you know, your message to your masculine, especially for those of you, I feel like, who are in some form of separation. And, you know, separation doesn't always mean no contact. You know, it can just mean a separation that you feel in your heart as well, where you may not be feeling as connected to your masculine as you would want to be. So you may be communicating, but you may not be connecting, right? There's a huge difference between communication and connection. And so that's why your message to your masculine masculine is being apart has changed my life, which it has. But, I think that this lack of connection that you may have been feeling with your masculine, for whatever the reasons are, have really opened up your heart in ways that you didn't see or anticipate. It has made you stronger. It has brought you more clarity. And that's what you're working on. You're working on becoming more clear about what it is that you want and don't want from your masculine. What is a deal breaker for you versus what is something that you're willing to work on. And so that is why your divine guide is charity, prayer, and contemplation. Connect with heaven. Ask and you shall receive. So I think this is so beautiful because I feel like this is charity telling you, your divine guide telling you, feminine, that if you are not right now feeling a very deep connection to your masculine, for whatever those reasons are, right? There's so many different blockages. Sometimes there's different issues going on. What she is saying is that connect with us instead, right? It's okay. Let it be for now. It's not going to be forever that you don't feel this connection with your masculine. But in the meantime, why don't you connect with us? Focus on your connection with the divine within you, with your source, or however which way you see divinity. It could be Jesus, right? It could be source energy. It could be spirit. It could be any way that you see God energy, right? So they're saying connect with us through prayer, through prayer and contemplation, and ask us for what you need, and we will be here for you. We will give you what you need. Isn't that so beautiful? Oh, I'm loving this for the feminine. All right, so masculine, let's see what is going on with your energy. So the masculine, isn't this interesting? 8 of Swords and romance. All right. So I feel like the masculine he has also been going through a very difficult time, emotionally as well as mentally. He feels like he has been cut off from all that source of love, that fountain of love that he used to feel from his feminine. He feels that revel, that flow, the things that he used to savor, the things about the romance and the connection that was so enticing to him has been cut off. 8 of Swords energy. But he also understands that he has been his own worst enemy. I think this 8 of Swords energy is also about that. It's about knowing that even though sometimes, yes, circumstances can be really difficult, but essentially it is so easy for us to be our own worst enemies here. It's our own resistance. Oftentimes, it's our own fear. It's our own walls that we put up around ourselves and around our hearts. And sometimes it's even just the excuses that we make in order to stay stuck. And I feel like this is what the masculine has been going through. He's made some excuses here. He has kind of stayed in this stuck energy, unable to actually make a decision or move forward. And he has come to realize, though, that he's been his own worst enemy in doing so. That he's the one who cut off the beautiful vibrations of this romance, of this connection. It has been through his own, whatever it is that has been his own limiting beliefs, right? There's something in him that has been extremely limited in his belief system and in his mindset. And that's what this 8 of Swords is all about. And so he is feeling the pain here. He's feeling the pain when you are cut off from the source of love that you have always wanted. And that is why his message to his feminine is, it hurts to see online that you've moved on with your life, right? So as he has been kind of in this more of a stagnant and stuck energy, really not being able to move forward, not being able to get out of his mind and into more of his heart and into taking action. He may have seen, as he is following you or observing you in your social media or online, he may be thinking that you have moved on. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're dating somebody else or you're seeing somebody else, but he may just feel that you are moving on in your life, that you have decided to put this connection behind you, or that you're not focused on it, right? That it's, that you are really in a very powerful place where you are doing your best to move on. And it is because he has been stuck in this Eight of Swords energy. So for the masculine, his divine guide here is Odin, psychic insight. Your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. I love this. This is so beautiful because this to me resonates. And do you see how it resonates so well here? It resonates so beautifully as the solution for the problem that the masculine is going through at this time, right? The more you entangle yourself in your own limiting beliefs, right? The more that you are putting this veil in front of your eyes, like you are blinded towards what the actual truth is. And I feel like this is something that the masculine is struggling with. And again, I love the combination here, just as the combination for the feminine was so powerful. I have to thank Spirit because this one is equally powerful, right? Because what your divine guide is trying to do for you masculines is to remove this veil over your eyes. They want you, your divine guides want you to see the truth. They want you to stop the blindfold. They want you to stop denying, repressing, stop sabotaging yourself. Stop limiting yourself. Stop being your own worst enemy. That the truth is there in front of you. It is accessible to you. All you have to do is open your eyes and see it for what it is. And so what the masculine's divine guides are telling him is that it is time for you to step out of this stagnant energy. It is time for you to move forward in a powerful way. It is time for you to start taking action, because that is where you will have your greatest empowerment, and it has to come from inspired action, as in from your intuition. If you let your intuition guide you, masculine, you will move down the right path, because staying here, fine, nothing is happening, nothing bad is happening, but then nothing good is happening either, right? Because you're just stagnant. Wow, this is so amazing. So I just want to let you know, of course, this is a general reading, so not everything may resonate for you, but just take what does and leave the rest. Now, if you'd like to have a personal reading that goes in deep on your unique situation, what you're going through, so you can get some more clarity and guidance, then that's what a personal reading is for, and the link to that is in the box below. So I'm going to take a quick pause here to give you your affirmation of the day. So today's affirmation is a fun one. It's all about love, which is what we're always about, but it's also about really settling into the fact that regardless of how you feel, even if you have your ups and downs, your core energy, your real identity is that of divine love. So I want to remind you of that. So I want you to write in the comment box below, I'm a love magnet, because you are, right? I attract love everywhere I go and from everybody I interact with. You don't have to write that whole long thing, but it's that energy. I want you to feel that energy. I'm a love magnet. I attract love everywhere I go, because that is your true and natural state. Wow. Okay. So can you please tell us, Spirit, what is the connective energy right now between the divine masculine and the divine feminine? What is the overall deep energy within their connection? What is the connective energy? Whoa, I'm loving that. 10 of Cups. What is the connective energy right now? Oh my God, 2 of Cups. This is just too good. I'm loving this. Beautiful energies coming through. Oh, even outcome. What is the connective energy? What is the energy of the connection between the divine masculine and the divine feminine at this time? Wow, beautiful. Okay, so look at this. The first card, like a Queen of Pentacles. I love this. So I feel like there are 2 levels to this. I feel like there's 2 beautiful energies coming through here. One is that of the way the masculine sees you, feminine, as his Queen of Coins. So I'm feeling that there is a tremendous power in the energy of being grounded. That earth energy, that pentacles energy is very much about the ways in which you ground him. Because see, we already found out that he has been struggling with that 8 of Swords energy, which tells us that oftentimes he's very much wrapped up in his head, in his mind. I'm also feeling from the masculine that because he's been going through this, he may even be having a lot of sleepless nights, where thoughts of you and the situation, conversations that you've had, experiences that you've had, memories that you've built together are constantly going around in his head over and over again, almost haunting him. And so I think because of that, what's happened to him is that he's become very much focused into those mind energies, thoughts and thoughts and thoughts and analysis and, analysis paralysis. And I feel like that's part of the reason why he's kind of gotten himself wound into that 8 of Swords energy of really being your own worst enemy. And so I feel like the connective energy between the 2 of you is so powerful. Look at this. I mean, what could be a better connective energy? The 2 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. So this tells me that both of you want the same thing here. You both, and to me, this is very much a twin flame card where it's like, you two balance each other out. You two complete each other. You two, both of you want to come together. You both want union. You both want that outcome. And it's like you are gearing yourself up to be ready for this outcome. This is something that no matter what the chaos and the conflict has been, and that's why I'm so glad that this came up, because I feel like this is your indication that yes, no matter how much there may have been chaos and conflict going on up to this time, it was always more at the surface level, in the sense that it did not erode away. It didn't destroy or disintegrate the feeling, the foundational energy that is between the 2 of you. And that is why I think it's so beautiful that this is what has come up as your connective energy, that this foundation is so strong. Feminine and masculine, see, this foundation between you is so strong that you've already built it. So now what's happened is whatever this chaos or conflict that has come into play is not strong enough to destroy this. And that is a wonderful thing for us to know, right? It is not strong enough. So you have to feel strong. You have to empower yourselves, both of you. You have to believe in this. You have to believe that no matter what the ups and downs have been, they are superficial. They are not foundational. And so that is why it's like you both still have the eye on the prize. You still want this outcome, that 10 of Cups, which is having a beautiful, emotionally fulfilling relationship, right? a connection that is full of that emotional well-being, that nurturing, that warmth, that heart space energy where you just feel like, you know what, as long as we are together, everything will be all right. It's all going to be okay, no matter what's going on in the world, no matter what is going on around us. And I do feel that a lot of this chaos and conflict, you know, is Spirit's way of saying that this is a combination of what has been reflected in your connective energy, in your situation, but at the individual level between the two of you. But this is also what is going on at the collective level at this time in the world, as we all know, right? That there is chaos and conflict going on in the world that is beyond our control, and it is not it's not surprising that we are all affected by it to some point at an energetic and vibrational level. That is absolutely true. No matter how much, we're all doing our best, right? To be in joy, to meditate, to be peaceful, to not be fearful. But when something happens in the world, that's a once in a lifetime new kind of experience, and it really throws the world into chaos and conflict. It can and it will affect our overall energy, especially when it comes to our emotional energy. So what I love about this, and I want to take only the positive from this, because I think that's what Spirit is trying to say, is that whatever hesitation that you felt before, that you both had because of that Eight of Swords energy, because of that, emotional pain that you were both going through, that there was some sort of a heartbreak, right? Past heartbreak, broken trust, afraid to move forward, right? That this hesitation is definitely on its way out. It's on its way out because you have opened the door to Spirit. And this is what is so, so beautiful, right? You have opened, both of you are opening this door to Spirit. And that is where your true power lies. And that is going to be the portal, right? The gateway for you to come together again into this 10 of Cups energy. Isn't that amazing? And so I think the last thing that Spirit is trying to say here, and the reason why this Queen of Pentacles came up, is because I believe that the masculine really sees you, feminine, as that energy that is his grounding energy. It's so beautiful. It's like he looks to you to be his stability, his anchor, because I think that sometimes he is afraid of this chaos and conflict going on in the world, right? And I think that your presence is like a soothing balm, like, balm as in, it's an old word, but B-A-L-M, not B-O-M-B. B-A-L-M as in like a soothing lotion, like something that just soothes him down and helps him out of the chaos and conflict of this. And that is why this is a really important part of your connective energy, right? That you ground him, you make him feel that everything will be okay just through the power of your love and your warm embrace, your cuddles, your kisses, you're holding him, right? The physical presence, everything, all of those things are a grounding energy, and how he returns that back to you is by mirroring that, right? That you help to ground him because you are so nurturing and loving. You're willing to give him that physical affection, and it makes him come out of his shell, and it makes him reciprocate that back and mirror that back to you. Wow, isn't that amazing? I love it. I love it. Okay, so what we're going to do is for our last question for Spirit, we are going to go to the charms. We're going to see what the charms have to say for our last big question for Spirit. So let me bring out my board here. And this is what we're going to do. So Spirit, can you please tell us, what are the energies of just this next week? Next steps, future energies. How are the masculine and feminine going to move forward in their steps together? What are they going to be doing? All right, so this is so lovely. I want you to take a look here. So L and B, so you may have this in your names, You may, have this in your initials. So for those of you who do, this is a special message for you, right? If you have L or B in your name or in your initials. Now, this is absolutely gorgeous. I love this combination. I want to show you how important this is. So these are both trust signs. Each of them say trust on them. So look, we have 2 here. So what I feel from this is that this is really powerful because this shows us that in the coming weeks, both of you are going to start trusting each other again. You're going to be rebuilding your trust, and it's going to come from both of you because we have it twice here. So this tells us that this is magnified, and this is really important and big because it's not just going to be one-sided. Now we also have 2 butterflies here, which is all about transformation. Isn't that lovely? Because see, we also have the rope and the candlestick. Yes, this is from, I think it's from that board game Clue, because I've been collecting my charms from various places. So I feel like both of you have very much felt limited with this rope, right? That there has definitely been something about what has been going on, I think, in the world and in your overall kind of situation that has been stifling, right? Many of you have maybe even had a hard time breathing. It's interesting, isn't it? Because of that rope. I feel like it's very much about you feeling like, there's like something, maybe a heavy burden on your heart or on your chest. And, it's making it difficult even for you to breathe. And I think that's part of some of the emotional energy that you've been going through. But I feel like that is coming to an end because we have these 2 butterflies here, which is all about transformation, going to the next level. We have an angel right here, a genie's lamp, as well as the tree of life, as well as another sign here that says find joy in the journey. So what a beautiful combination here, because I feel like this energy is on its way out. Why? Because of this candlestick, because of the light that is emanating. I think both of you, and we saw this especially in the feminine's energies, that you have become a student of life, a student of your emotional well-being. So the more knowledge that you are gaining from reading, from meditating, from taking joy, finding joy in your journey, the more you are feeling a release from the heavier energies, that weight on your chest that came from this rope's energy. And the more this light is illuminating your path, just like this lamp. Isn't this amazing? We have a light and a lamp. So there is a lot of light coming into your life here for sure. And the lamp to me is also about wish fulfillment. So I feel like for all of you divine masculines and feminines, certain wishes that you had in your heart of how you wanted things to be, you are going to see them starting to manifest. The more light that you bring, the more of this rope, this, this stifling energy that you get out of, the more you focus on your own transformation, the more you trust the journey, you trust the process, and know that your guides are with you. Look at this. This angel represents the exact guides, the divine guides that we already talked about in this reading. The more you trust them, the more you trust the journey, and you build the trust in each other, the more light you bring into this situation, the more joy you bring into it. This tree of life is just going to grow and grow for you. Your manifestation power is increasing. This wish fulfillment, you're going to see certain things manifesting as your life transforms with these 2 beautiful butterflies. Oh, isn't this so beautiful? I feel like this is exactly what we needed at this time. Thank you so much, Spirit. So make sure that you leave me a comment about what you think of the charms and what you thought of the reading, if it resonated for you. Also make sure to write I am a love magnet, your affirmation, in the comment box below. And if you'd like to have a personal reading with me, the link is in the box below, as well as the link to all of these oracle decks that I've created especially for all of you. So you know how much I love you, you know how much I believe in you, and I will see you all on the next video.